All right, this is the last one of this session. This is Death of a Bachelor. This is a cover of Panic at the Disco. Now, Panic at the Disco was big back in my era, back in my college days, my first college days, and I really haven't kept up with them. I think it's just the lead singer whose name escapes me right now, but I think he's the only one that's actually left, and he is Panic at the Disco. But this is a song that came out like 10 years ago. Whatever year this came out, I missed this song, so I went to check out the original before I listened to the cover from VoicePlay, just like I did with every song in this session that I didn't know. And I actually really dug the song. It got a little bit too modern, poppy in the instrumentation and production in the chorus. But then again, that's also probably one of the reasons why it was big and popular. And I get why they did it like that to kind of update the sound. But overall, it had a really old school crooner jazz vibe to it, which I love. That's more my wheelhouse, more my cup of tea. So I'm curious to see what VoicePlay is going to do with this arrangement. If they're going to really hone in on the crooner, the jazz aspect of this song, or they're going to hone in more on the modern pop element of it, or they're going to play it straight, what exactly they're going to do. So let's see what they do here. This is VoicePlay covering Panic at the Disco's Death of a Bachelor. But first, like, subscribe, comment, click the bell for notifications. Consider supporting us on Patreon for exclusive perks. It's really cheap. Subscribe to Words Like That Arts and Media Podcast wherever you get your podcasts. All right, now shut up and get to it.
Can't handle words like that. Words like that. No, no, no.
Do I look lonely?
Okay.
I see the shadows on my
Jeff, all right.
face. People have told me I don't look the same.
Snaps.
Maybe I've
Oh,
lost
Earl again.
way. I'm
Jeff again.
playing
Okay, is it just going to be these two?
with the best of the best. Pull my heart out my chest so that you can see it too.
And they really are
I'm
honing in
walking the
on.
long road, watching the sky
Really are honing in on
the lace in your
crooner.
dress tangles my neck. How do I live the death of a bachelor?
Okay.
Whoa,
Okay, so they
letting the water
they really honed in on the old school 40s, 50s crooner, and then when it hit the chorus, they started honing in on the more the pop element. Still not as much as the original track, but yeah, really, really nice.
for the death of a bachelor. Oh, oh, seems so fitting for happily ever after. Ooh, how could I ask for more? A lifetime of laughter at the expense of the death of a bachelor. I'm cutting my mind off. Feels like my heart is going to burst. Alone at a table for two, and I just wanna be served. And when you think of me, am I the best you've ever had? Whoa.
Share one more drink with me. Smile even though you're sad. I'm walking the long road, watching the sky fall. The lace in your dress tangles my neck. How do I live?
The death of a bachelor.
I think if they were to do this now, Jeff would have gone even lower. I feel like he hadn't quite got his range expanded yet as far as it'll go down whenever they did this. I could be wrong though, but I feel like he would have kept going there.
Whoa, oh, letting the water fall. The death of a bachelor. Whoa, oh, seems so fitting for happily ever after. Ooh, how could I ask for more? A lifetime of laughter at the expense of the death of a bachelor. The death of a bachelor. Whoa, oh, letting the water fall.
Death of a bachelor. Whoa, seems
Yeah.
so fitting for.
Happily ever after. Ooh, how could I ask for more?
Man.
A lifetime of laughter at the expense of the death of a bachelor.
Nice, nice.
Oh, hey, what are you wearing around your neck?
Dude, this is a perk of being one of our patrons.
That's right, support us on Patreon at any level, and we will send you one of these very fancy laminate badges to wear at all of our concerts. You know you're coming anyway.
Well, that's cool. You probably don't do that anymore, do they?
You are.
Yeah, that was really good. Again, I dug the original version of this when I went and checked it out before this session. I really loved the jazz 50s 40s crooner vibe to the song, which is also the original video. They were just leaning into that, and the chorus a little too pop for me, but VoicePlay honed in on the same things that the original honed in on, with the jazz stuff in the verses and then the more pop stuff in the chorus, but they pulled back a little bit on the modern pop sound, which for me was a good thing as far as my personal taste go. And it was interesting. I wasn't expecting Jeff and Earl to be the only two on this. I'm not sure why that is. Is that something that they had done regularly, or was this kind of a one-off, or was there a phase where maybe only 2 or 3 of the guys were together, or what? Somebody let me know in the comments, because I don't think I've ever seen one like this where it wasn't the full group of whatever the lineup was at the time, but they did a great job. And at the end, in their Patreon plug, Jeff talked about how difficult it was to sing this one because it was the lowest and highest that they had, is what I got out of what he said, that they had ever gone in an arrangement before. And these are the two guys you're going to need to do that, Jeff and Earl. But it's funny, I mentioned in the reaction, I felt like that if Jeff were to do this now, he would go lower than what he did and could go lower than what he did. And you could kind of tell he had not yet expanded his lower register at this point of what it is today, but still really, really good arrangement. And I'm going to have to go check out the original a little bit more, because I did dig it, and listen to VoicePlay's version of that, maybe like it even more. So yeah, great stuff from VoicePlay as always. And I think this is called Death of a Bachelor. I may have said Death of a Salesman at some point in this reaction. If so, I apologize, it's not what I meant. I know the difference between the two, but anyway, so yeah, great stuff from VoicePlay. Hope you enjoyed that clip. If you did, consider supporting us on Patreon. Subscribe to YouTube if you hadn't already, and we'll see you soon.